Hey guys, how's it going? Sneaky Juffo up here, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my thoughts and opinions from the Overwatch Beta. So the gameplay in the background is just some of the clips that I've been recording over the last few days. They might seem a bit newbie and stuff. I was changing characters a lot and wasn't very good at the game for most of the time. I've sort of started to get a little bit better, but it's still pretty bad. But I'm still having a lot of fun, so that's the main thing, I guess. So I guess I thought I'd just start by talking about the things that I found difficult, or I guess the negatives. Personally, I don't have anything bad to say about the game. I really enjoyed it, but there are a few things that I found a little bit difficult, like transitioning from other shooters and things like that. So yeah, I guess the latest shooters I've been playing have been things like COD, Destiny, and The Division. So while they're all different in themselves, the change to then this sort of like that 90s style of twitchy, fast-paced style shooter has been a bit of a rough adjustment for me, because while I think that you can take the basic gameplay styles and stuff from the other games into Overwatch, the movement and stuff just took me a little while to get used to, I think. But I think the last couple of days I've really started to get the hang of it again. I think for people that play things like Counter-Strike a lot, it's sort of similar to that, and it looks similar to how the new Doom game is going to play out as well. So I think people that have been playing those sort of things will have a pretty smooth transition over to this game. So going along with that sort of fast-paced, twitchy style of shooter that this game is, there's a lot of things happening on screen at any one time. Lots of characters jumping around, lots of particle effects, explosions, guns going off, things like that, and it can get a little bit, I guess, overwhelming and hard to keep track of other characters and things like that. At least that's one thing that I found personally, coming from other shooters that seem, I guess, more slow-paced compared to this, with just a little bit less happening on the screen. And again, adding to that same sort of feeling is the lack of aim assist, especially on console. Generally on console games, there'll be a bit more aim assist in first-person shooters just to help out. But I found with this game there definitely isn't. I don't know if there is any at all, but there's definitely not as much as things like Destiny and Call of Duty. But I mean, that just is this style of game. Now, like I said, there's nothing really bad on the game's behalf. These are just some things I found a little bit difficult to transition from the other shooters. So now moving on to the good stuff. I have a lot of good stuff to say about this game. I guess I could go on for ages, but I'll try and keep it short so this video doesn't get too long. First of all, I want to say well done to Blizzard. They did a great job with this game. I know I'm a bit of a fanboy of Blizzard. Played a lot of World of Warcraft and all of the Warcraft sort of growing up. So I'm a big fan of that series and other games like StarCraft and stuff. So I guess I was expecting a lot from this game too. But I think the main thing for me is that for a game at this stage in development, the character balance is crazy good. I mean, when you think about it, games that are in sort of that beta stage and even early release, you think of how broken some of the characters can be and the character balance. Even guns in things like Call of Duty, they always come out with a super OP gun or something like that. And while I've heard a lot of people whinging about characters like Tracer and Bastion and stuff like that, I think what they need to understand is that every character has their strengths, and some of them can be really overpowered, but you just need to, I guess, counter them, because every character does have a counter. And I think over time people will eventually work that out, but it just sort of seems a bit too much for people at this early stage, I guess. But for me personally, from a game development perspective, I think that the characters are really well balanced so far, and I imagine they will do some more tweaking and get them pretty much spot on for the release. Another really cool thing I like about this game is the graphical style and the character models. Not only the graphical style of the game, but the character models are really cool as well, and just the number of different skins they have for each character. It must have taken a lot of time and a lot of work from the art team to create all the different skins and stuff that you can unlock. But it's just the extra little touches like that that I think make this game really cool. So I also like the fact that the game can be noob friendly. While some of the characters can be a bit more intricate and stuff like that and have a higher difficulty rating, as there is indicated by that star system, those 1-star characters, they can be really good for new players such as myself to just jump in and pick up and sort of help with that transition from other games into this sort of world. I know that on the documentary series that I was watching on the development of this game, they were talking about how Soldier 76 was sort of developed with Call of Duty players in mind, with that sort of sprint feature, the shoot feature, the wall hacks, and the auto aim. So it's little things like that that they've thought of and helped for new players to transition well, I think. Obviously, if you play the game or watch any gameplay footage, you'll see that the maps are really well thought out. They're sort of really well designed for each game mode as well, like the payload game modes and the King of the Hill game modes. They're sort of specially tailored to their maps, and I think they're really well designed. Following on from this, obviously with that maps and the special game modes, it makes team play really important. You can have good individual players and stuff like that are like specialists at certain characters, but if everyone else in your team's a spastic, you're still going to lose if the other team has like a whole team of competent players. And that idea of more team-based play is something that I really like in this game. And that leads me into my next point, is that this gun is super fun when you play with friends. Definitely play with friends if you can. And that's the main thing about this game really. Whether you're with friends or not, especially with friends, but even if you're not, I found this game to be really fun, and that's the word that keeps coming back to mind, is fun. And I guess that's why we really play games in the end, is for fun. But I've never really found a time while playing this game during the beta. I know it was only a few days, but I never found a time when I wasn't having fun in some way. And it was simple to just, if I wasn't sort of having a good game, to just change to another character, change up my playstyle, and counter the other team, and before I knew it, I was having fun again. So just a couple more points to finish off with. I really like the score system they have, where they don't show like kills and deaths straight up in the scoreboard like other shooters and stuff like that. It's a bit more of like a highlights, and players can be rewarded for things like healing and stuff like that, which I really appreciate. It sort of gets people away from that salty, sweaty style of gameplay, which should just be left to the professionals in my opinion. And finally, I like the fact that there's no pay-to-win system in the game yet. I assume that Blizzard are a bit smarter than other games companies and probably won't ever put this in. So hopefully not, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. I could probably go on for a bit longer talking about the things I really love about this game, but as of the time of recording this, there's still a few hours left on the beta, so I actually want to go keep playing the game. So I guess that as an endorsement says enough in itself. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thanks a lot for watching. There's going to be a lot more Overwatch gameplay on the channel from now on out. Don't worry, there's plenty of Destiny and a little bit of The Division, but yeah, Overwatch is going to be coming into the mix a bit more. If you did enjoy the video and you've been enjoying the other content I've been putting on the channel, a comment or like or even a subscription would be greatly appreciated. But until next time, just keep doing what you're doing, guys. Cheers.